my God, it's time. Can you believe it, ladies and gentlemen? We have arrived at that time once again. Welcome. Welcome. Yep.
That's an interesting picture you have there behind you, Lauren.
What? You like the picture? That's a typical American voter. Just want you to see that. That's
very, very interesting.
Nice to see your voting process.
I want you to know he's voting Republican tonight.
yeah, but he doesn't know it.
In a pig's eye.
Yeah, he's voting Republican, but he doesn't know it. That's the thing.
Powerful image, Lauren.
I see he's hanging Chad.
Tricky.
He is hanging.
That's mean.
You gotta put Fran on stage tonight. That was really good.
That was probably the best joke of the night. Let's close the show now. Why continue? We've done it. That's it. That was the best joke of the night. Oh my God.
Pass out.
You guys know that if Friend's not gonna get up on stage with me, she's not getting up on stage with anybody. That's all.
That's right. It's me and Jamie together. You better
All the way.
Anybody get the feeling that the only reason we have elections is to see if the polls are right?
We spend a lot of money on them. They need to know if it pays off.
So people can learn to say Quinnipiac.
Yeah, Quinnipiac. That's important.
Yeah, I like people that don't promise anything. Then I know I'm getting the truth. Haley wants me to tell this joke. You know, when the first iPads came out, you know, I went into the Apple store. And I went up and I said, I have to get half a dozen of those iPads. And the guy said to me, well, why do you need half a dozen? I said, I don't know. It could be a heavy data flow month. What can I tell you? By the way, for those of you who don't know it, the new 6 Plus, the upgrade is coming with wings.
Okay, that's funny.
You know, elections, you know, really, you know what elections are all about? When people find out what politicians stand for, and politicians find out what people will fall for. Actually, the real truth about democracy is it's about 2 wolves and a lamb voting on what they're going to have for lunch. Oh, God. Mitch McConnell, I can't believe it. Oh, my God. This is the best thing about obits. Some of these people eventually die.
Yes. I have a wish list.
You have a wish list? Yeah. Oh.
Like in the Ukraine,
look at this.
We could start poisoning them.
It's not a bad thing, God, honestly.
The people in Denver are so high they can't find where to vote.
He's kind of telling the truth, but that's not the problem.
Oh, yeah.
Always ripping on poor Denver.
Time for my Colorado gift.
Yeah, but who cares, man?
Yeah.
We legalized marijuana, man. It's all good from here, man.
Yeah, I was in line at the voting today, and I just stood there. We had about 80, 90 people, and I just started pointing Republican, 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 Democrat, Republican. They didn't like that at all. Nobody liked it. I took my card after I put it in the machine. I brought it back. I said, I don't really like this card. Can you get another? I didn't like any of the people that came up on the list. Yeah. I thought I was ordering a Big Mac. Oh, my God. Is that an elevator?
Somebody's got the door.
Yes, please. I'll be right back.
It's an electrician. That's what you call him now, huh?
I'm trying to. Hold on.
Yeah, right. So Cuomo has so much money, he's now going to buy one of these tower apartments over on. This is great. That's fabulous.
I feel like the NBC network.
Yeah, exactly.
Our channel's just signing on. And now to start your broadcast day.
Brought to you by the 1953 Chrysler.
I got one of those.
Which we took the time to put in Cordoba level. Doesn't exist at all.
Look what they've done to my car.
Corinthian leather. Look at that.
Corinthian leather. Corinthian leather. The bullshit they sell us is unbelievable.
The plane.
Boss, the plane. Come on!
Yeah, I'm waiting for a new iPhone. I don't like this current one with Apple Pay, iPay. I want you pay. Yeah, right. Yeah. According to exit polls, people who were voting didn't give a shit about anybody. I love that. Yeah, voters are angry with Obama, but they're even more angry with Congress, but they went and voted anyhow. What the hell is that? You ever notice at these elections, it's always the same thing over and over again? A whole bunch of people go, we're going to go and change Washington. If I'm not mistaken, you just came from Washington to ask us to send you back to Washington. Did I miss something? Oh, yes. So there you go. Elections. God almighty. You got to love it. Yeah, politicians, they always are trying to help us out. You know that. They try to convince us they can solve the whole problem of unemployment if we just give them a job.
Well, you solved one job. You've solved one.
Yeah. You know what they say? A fool and his money are soon elected.
That should be a fool and your money are soon elected.
Yeah. And have you ever gone in, you go in to vote, and they have like they have like somebody's name, or there's nobody running against them, right? There's always, how is that? Do I really have to press a button for somebody since there's nobody else running?
No, I never
win by
voted
default.
for them.
They weren't really happy with me at the election this time because I was trying to scratch the voting machines. They're trying to really mark up my things. Yeah. Yep. So an unopposed candidate. That's an office holder who's mastered the art of campaign reform. Yeah. Folks who don't know why America is the land of promise should be here during an election campaign. I mean, they must laugh their ass off at us around the world, right? Can you imagine? Hey, look at these Americans. They are voting today. Instead, we just behead people. It's almost the same. Nobody's happy. Yeah. Or someone said if God had intended us to vote, he would have given us candidates. They really should. They got the Academy Awards. Shouldn't they have something like that for politicians? And today, Mitch McConnell winning most ridiculous. God. Yeah, that's unbelievable. Yeah. You guys in Canada must laugh about this whole thing, but then again.
Oh God, are you kidding? Yeah. We actually talk about it on the news. It's the lead story on Canadian news, if you can believe it.
Just because
It's
you
like
guys
there's
elect
nothing-
yourselves by who catches the biggest fish doesn't mean you got to impugn our system, okay?
Hey, don't knock it. It's worked for 200 years.
Hey, look at this one, eh?
Well,
Oh,
there's
heck,
one good thing
yeah.
you can think about. If half the people in America don't vote and half the people don't listen to the news, hopefully it's the same half. Oh, yeah. Yeah, taxes. That's another one. We had a tax thing on our one of our amendments. Did anybody get any interesting amendments at all on when you were voting today?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had one that was really simple. The real rich fucking people in Georgia would like to never pay taxes again. Yes or no?
Oh, that's
What'd
good.
you get? What'd you get, Dr. Fran, up there in New York?
I actually voted yes on two of them, and one I couldn't understand, and I said if I have to read this
That
five
one was in
times,
Spanish.
no, if I have to read it 5 times and I can't understand it, then
And you're a
there's something wrong with
PhD,
it.
for goodness
All right,
sake.
what
Yeah,
were
I
they?
know.
What were they, Dr.
But
Fran?
the
What'd you
two
get?
that I voted yes for were to bring was for a block grant for more computers in the school systems. I voted yes for that. And
Yeah, I
then
think
another
more computers, less
Nice.
students.
robots. We want robots.
We're going to have
in the
robots
classroom.
teaching.
Yeah. And what
And
else
the
did
other
you vote
one,
for?
the other one was to allow for the electronic delivery of bills and amendments to the representatives, so that they don't have to print them out. And I thought that was a good idea too.
I wish I understood what you just said.
Instead of plunking
email.
down those 2,000-page bills to read, they're
Right.
going to do it
They can
electronically
send them an
as a
email
PDF.
not to read
and
them
so that-
either.
I think all bills should be reduced to a tweet. If you can't tweet it, it should be voted on.
That's right. Oh, that's
You
funny.
got 144 characters, and that's it.
144 characters. You can't say it in that. Shut the fuck up and sit down.
Yeah.
And then
Love
of
it.
course the third one about the frogs on the laps.
Yeah. Anyhow, that's where that is. And we're gonna have a good time tonight. Don't we have Fermi Alcott or somebody singing tonight? Jamie Jordan. And did you invite back the griefers?
Great. So we could have fun throwing him out again.
Life of the
Yeah,
party.
right. That was really something. It wasn't that difficult, right?
Email Alcott,
Yeah.
the singer.
Yeah. Just remember this: vote for the man who promises the least. He'll be the least disappointing. Oh yeah. So there. Let's see what's going on in the election. Holy moly! This is it. This big news coming out right now. Guess what? Oklahoma is going Republican.
Oh, I'm shocked.
How
That's a big
surprising
one.
is that? Oh!
Quelle surprise.
Lauren is watching CNN.
No, I don't watch CNN.
No, it's the time.
I know
the
where
Times
Flight
has a map that's
370
up
is. Is Wiener running anymore up in New York?
Oh God!
I would vote.
Oh, I
for
wish he
him.
were.
The hell did
Ooh,
he
this
do?
is they're just these Republicans are taking over the South. What's new about
That's
that?
really look. But the whole map is looking red. Whatever's filled in so
Yeah.
far, except for New Jersey and Massachusetts.
Joyzy.
New Jersey.
West Virginia's
New
running a
Jer-
bit green.
New Jersey.
West Virginia's
New York.
undecided.
Yeah, it's undecided. Are you
But
kidding?
leaning Republican.
Most of the people can't find their teeth, so they can't go down and vote. Yeah, honey, where to put my teeth? I can't go vote if I don't find my teeth. All right, so we're having fun with all this. So this guy, he used to work for technical support at a 24/7 call center, and he got a call one day from an individual who asked, "What hours is the call center open?" He said, "You dialed. It's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week." To which this guy replied, "Is that Eastern or Pacific time?"
That's priceless. You
Yeah,
can't
no
make
kidding.
up stuff like that. That's great.
Yeah. Someone else once asked, "Does the sun rise in the north?" These are people who vote, you know.
God.
You really
They
have to wonder
determine your
about it.
future.
Yep.
What are they called?
So
low,
anyhow-
low information voters. They call them.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, before you can vote, we have to do a colonoscopy because all of your ideas are down there. Come on, Doc Rudd, get up here and let's get some Glasgow. Way up. The doc is here. Good evening.
What far did you have to drive tonight to get here?
Well, 80.6 miles, Haley. It's the same road. They haven't reinvented
Oh, well, we're glad you're here.
God.
I got off early so I could come up and do my civic duty and vote. And we have an interesting election here in Pennsylvania for governor. We have a choice this year between a body part and a deity. Okay, I looked at my
Sweet.
ballot on one side and I went, asshole. I looked on the other side and I went, Jesus Christ. So,
Elections are about picking the lesser
I'm
of
not
two
going to
evils.
tell you. I'm not going to tell you who I voted for. Okay. Bless me, I have gas. Okay. All right. We just finished Halloween, and for this year, my Roomba dressed up as a broomstick. Okay.
A retro costume.
It figured, you know, the damn cats are riding it all over the damn house, so you might as well, you know, get your money's worth out of it. And, you know, since I've moved home, it's developed a growing vocabulary. I didn't know these things could learn, but it's actually kind of scary, okay? Now it says things like, pick up your damn shoes if you want me to clean here. Did your wife know you were this big a pig before she married you? And one of my favorites, I'm stuck over here. I swallowed another fucking cat toy. I get a kick out of that one. Now, my wife's girlfriend that lives across the street, not to be outdone, she had to buy her own Roomba as soon as she saw ours. Okay, it's keep up with the grunts. Okay, now the problem is the two of them are talking. Okay, and I'm getting shit from this one. Now it's saying stuff like, Dorothy's Roomba only has one dog to clean up after. Dorothy's Roomba gets weekends off. Glad to hear that. Dorothy's Roomba has Wi-Fi. Well, guess what? Guess what? Dorothy's Roomba just had an unfortunate microwave accident. Damn this thing. So my Roomba is back now. They're quietly and efficiently cleaning the house for us. Okay. Now, I haven't had a whole lot of time because I'm working a lot on my book and the audio book. But you sit here and you try to make your mind go blank, and then in my case, it stays that way. But here's some things that make you go, think about this. How many times have you thought about this? How many of you wonder why we park in driveways, but we drive on parkways? Can't figure that one out. Here's something. Do Lipton employees take coffee breaks? What would happen if I yelled? What would happen if I yelled "movie" in a crowded firehouse? I'll have to try that one. Here's one that
weird.
Here's one that Dr. Fran can do a research on. Can you be a closet claustrophobic? I've always wondered.
Bump.
And here's one. How do a fool and his money get together in the first place? Now, this has always bugged me. Why does Hawaii have interstate highways?
Does it really?
It does.
Interstate highways. Oh.
Yes, it does.
Well, there you go.
How is it that a building burns up as it's burning down? That's nearly impossible. Okay. Now, this really bothers me. If nothing ever sticks to Teflon, how the hell do they make the Teflon stick to the pan?
That's a good one.
Well, if the pen is mightier than the sword, and a picture's worth 1,000 words, how dangerous do you think a fax is? My God. Now, this is one for our police force here. If the police arrest a mime, do they tell him he has a right to remain silent?
They have to mime that.
Now, my brother has this problem. What hair color do they put on the driver's license of bald men?
Oh.
Yeah.
Shiny.
Oh, that's a good
Shiny.
one. What do they
Shiny.
rate?
Yeah.
What was the best thing
Shiny,
before
good one.
sliced bread? The best thing before. Here's one for my
Fire.
wife. Why do banks charge you
Fire.
Why do banks charge you a non-sufficient funds fee on money they already know you don't have? What's the point?
That's true.
And, this is the truth. Honest to God, why do they put Braille on the drive-through bank machines? Swear to God, you pull up to an ATM, it's got Braille on it. How the fuck did you get there in the first place to read the damn menu? And here's one for government. If you get cheated by the Better Business Bureau, who do you complain to? And in a country of free speech, why do we have phone bills? If it's free, it's free. Right? Now, I'm a Star Wars buff. I remember the first time I was in a Star Wars movie back in the 70s, and they're redoing it, and they're bringing back all the original people.
Yes, they are.
Most of them, anyhow. Here's some Star Wars jokes for you, and you really have to be a Star Wars aficionado to appreciate some of these. Okay.
That's
What do you get if you mix fruit with a bounty hunter? Mango fat. Oh.
Mango fat.
Where do guns store pickles? Why, of course, in jar jars, right?
The most hated character. The most hated
that was
character.
good.
Yeah.
How is duct tape like the Force? It has a dark side, a light side, and it binds the galaxy together. That's
I like that. That's my favorite so far.
What did Obi-Wan say to Luke when he tried to eat bantha pie with a spoon? Use the fork, Luke.
Oh.
What do you get when you cross an elevator with Darth Vader? Why, that would be an elevator, of course. What do you call a Sith who won't fight? A Sithy.
Great big Sith.
What would you call Padme if she was a dog? Pet me, I'm a doggy. Makes sense to me. Right? Now, you might be a redneck Jedi if you prefer the phrase, "May the Force be with y'all." You might be a redneck Jedi if the doors on your X-Wing are welded shut and you have to climb in through the windows. You might be a redneck Jedi if you use a lightsaber to light the barbecue grill.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
You might be a redneck Jedi if the disturbance you detected in the Force was last night's baked beans. Oh, my God. Now, what do you call 5 Sith on top of a lightsaber? A Sith kebab! Oh, my
I love it.
Ouch.
ouch. Okay, now I'll get off of here quickly. Courtesy of the late night comedy host, Leonard Fallon, Kimmel, Mayor Ferguson, Conan, et al. Is this week's election night version of the lightning round. David Nealon, the man investigating the Secret Service prostitution scandal, was caught with a prostitute. I don't know what's more surprising, that they caught him with a prostitute, or that the Secret Service actually caught someone. Joe Biden is scheduled to make stops in Turkey, Ukraine, and Morocco to discuss foreign policy issues, while his advisors are learning how to say "we're sorry" in all 3 languages. Sources are saying Russia may have hacked into the White House internet system. The problem was discovered this morning when suddenly Obama's screensaver was a shirtless Vladimir Putin. Oh, my God. I try to be level-headed when you have a problem like the Ebola outbreak. A couple of years ago, there was what they call a pandemic. I called my doctor, and I asked him, what do you do in the case of a pandemic? He told me to make sure I sterilize my pan, of course. I want to settle down, everybody, okay, about the Ebola thing. Put this in perspective. Your chance of catching Ebola are about the same as the Jets making the playoffs, so that you don't have anything to worry about. Okay?
Oh, my God.
A candidate for governor in Arkansas has revealed he used to be a male stripper. The stripper-turned-candidate has encouraged everyone to head to the polls today. And also go out and vote. A man in a President Obama mask robbed a store recently. Police described him as, quote, armed and incapable of reforming immigration. Ouch. And after the Obama mask robbery, someone in a Hillary Clinton mask came in and promised to clean up the mess he left behind. Government in Cuba is encouraging citizens to have more children because the country has the lowest number of newborns in Latin America. And nothing gets you in the mood more than a direct order from Fidel Castro. You will have children.
Oh, God. Yeah, I'm all hot and bothered now.
During a campaign event, former presidential nominee Bob Dole told the crowd that Mitt Romney should run for president in 2016. If there's anyone that knows that the third time's a charm, it's a guy who's lost 3 times. President Obama and Michelle went to a parent-teacher conference at their daughter's school this week. The teachers say their daughters are doing well, but with a few billion more in education funds, they could be doing great. Weather Channel co-founder John Coleman said there's no such thing as man-made global warming. It's actually not the first controversial statement Coleman has made about the weather. He also said, I've been naming all the hurricanes after girls who dumped me in high school. Ouch. While Mitt Romney is in Nebraska at a campaign rally to support a local Senate candidate this week, the crowd started chanting, "Run, Mitt, run." Now nobody can find Mitt Romney. A news report claims that by the year 2020, the marijuana industry could be bigger than the NFL. Either way, it's a good time to be in the couch business. What do you think, guys?
Yeah.
The city of Detroit says it's come up with a plan that could finally get it out of bankruptcy. The plan involves getting Detroit onto a bus and moving. Over the weekend, another guy jumped the fence at the White House. This time he was tackled by 3 security guards. They released him, and then later in the day he was signed by the Jets.
You should have signed the guy. Yeah, I figured they signed the guy who got tackled. What about the guy who made
Putin
it?
announced he's abolishing daylight savings time. He said he doesn't want to set Russian clocks back. I'll say this, he's done a pretty good job of setting the Russian calendar back to about 1953. What do you think?
Yes.
Now that Putin's gotten rid of daylight savings time, it's just a matter of time before he decides to get rid of daylight altogether. Ouch! Okay, and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un visited an orphanage over the weekend. Well, actually, it wasn't an orphanage before he got there. That's
Bravo! Oh, hey, Doc, you're incredible. We're so glad you're here tonight. Whoa, incredible, incredible. You know, in democracy, it's your vote that counts. In feudalism, it was your count that votes. Okay. By the way, I can't figure this out. Barack Obama's the 44th president, but we've only had 42 presidents. Grover Cleveland was voted for the 22nd and 24th, but that's the same guy. Come on. That's real bullshit. So, right?
I think it was Mitch McConnell's first term, wasn't it?
Yeah. Is that right?
Do they count Dick Cheney?
Yeah. Famous quotes. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what Jackie will do for you. Oh, yeah. What's the difference between capitalism and socialism? As you can see here, we're talking about the election. All right, just so you know, capitalism is the exploitation of man by man, and socialism is the exact opposite.
Huh?
All right, for those of you that didn't get that, what can I tell you? Yeah, as Will Rogers says, I don't make jokes. I just watch the government and report the facts.
I'm enjoying this. This is good.
I mean, come on, you got to think about these characters that we're electing tonight. If you think about this, there's some American President Rutherford Hayes said, and what's the B stand for? Bullshit. 1876 said, the telephone is an amazing invention, but who would want to use one of them? Yeah, there's a guy with foresight, right? Here's from Lord Kelvin said, X-rays are a hoax. Yeah, he turned out to be right, huh?
Oh, God.
These guys are something else, yeah. Gerald Ford, the 38th president of the United States, is the only president who was never elected as either a president or a vice president.
That's right.
Now, there's a guy who can just fumble his way into office.
And trip the whole way through while I was there.
Even Bush was elected once.
Yeah,
At
exactly.
least.
The word politics, just so you know, is derived from the word poly, meaning many, and the word ticks, meaning blood-sucking parasites.
That's the best joke of the week right there.
Yeah.
Good
I
joke,
like
you're
that
right.
one, huh? That one's a
Just
win.
win.
Oh, look at this. Kansas has gone green. Well, that's
what
unique.
is that?
What is
Yeah,
that?
I'm looking at that. It says that's an other. What does other mean?
They legalize
marijuana.
Other.
Yeah.
I hope
Did they
it
elect
doesn't
an
mean Tea
independent?
Party.
I
Does it
think
mean
Dorothy
independent
just
or
clicked her heels. I said, I'm out of here.
Dorothy clicked
She's in the Emerald City for sure.
Yeah, my sister has a life-saving tool in her car. It's designed to cut through a seatbelt if she gets trapped. She keeps it in the passenger side door map pocket. Yeah, and she voted. Yeah. I was hanging out with a friend of mine when we saw a woman walk by us with a nose ring attached to an earring by a chain. My friend said, wouldn't that chain rip out every time she turned her head? I had to explain to her that a person's nose and ear remain the same distance apart no matter which way the head is turned. And then she voted.
And
My
she
girlfriend
voted.
and I were picking up some sandwiches from the sub place last week, and she asked the clerk which one of the two sandwiches was better. The clerk didn't have an opinion, but did say the first sandwich was more expensive. My girlfriend got a quizzical look on her face and asked, if that's the case, why are they both listed with the same price on the menu? To this, the clerk responded, "I don't think they taxed the turkey." And then she voted, and then he voted. Whatever. Yeah. Don't laugh. I don't give a shit.
You had to be there.
Anyhow, you don't have to laugh at every joke. Are you kidding? Oh God, yeah. Yeah. So anyhow, so we got an election going on. How many people care? You really need.
Did you say erection?
Erection? Yeah.
Care.
We
I got an
an
erection going on too.
If you don't vote,
Yeah.
we better not bitch about it. That's all I care.
Yeah.
I think
You're
she's
allowed to
turning
bitch
green
even
too.
if you don't vote.
It was great. I went in to vote today. I went into the polling place. I got in and I said, "Does anybody speak English here?" No,
You know, in
no.
Beverly Hills, you see
Yeah.
all the long lines for people voting all over. Do you know
Yeah.
in Beverly Hills, you just go into your neighbor's garage and vote?
Neighbor's garage.
It's never a line. No, I'm totally serious.
Hey,
That's what your neighbor
needle
told
out of
you.
your arm,
Yeah,
Haley.
right.
No, I've been there.
Get the needle out of your arm, Haley.
Hey, do they vote in your garage, Haley?
Well, I have the green Ebola today, so.
Haley, we know they legalized marijuana in California, but you don't have to brag.
Yeah, I know. Rub our noses in it, why don't you?
Oh God, I just can't believe it. You go into your neighbor's garage and vote.
No, they do.
Little girl,
They do.
little girl, come in my garage and we'll vote.
But it has to be your neighbor's garage. You can't vote in your own, right? They got a rule
With
about
candy
that.
for the
Well, does that mean your
Republicans.
neighbor has to come to your garage to vote then?
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Neighbors vote in your garage. You go vote in your neighbor's garage.
What are
That's
you
how it works.
talking about, Haley?
I have no idea, but I'm rolling with it.
As Peanuts once said in Charles Schultz, if you remember the cartoon,
Penis?
for one brief moment today, I thought I was winning in the game of life, but then there was a flag on the play.
Poor Charlie Brown. He's the Charlie Brownest.
Poor Charlie Brown. Cat boy, come on up here.
Yeah,
Come
come
on
on
up here.
Cat boy.
Yeah, we've got music and everything. Come on up. God, it's amazing how we can do a show with no show. Isn't that incredible? A show without a show. Yeah, we just do it. We don't have a clue what's going on. Except Catboy. Catboy works out a whole routine.
Oh,
I
Wow.
like Catboy's hair this week. This is.
you like this?
Yeah,
All right, this is
really
this is
like
my Sailor Moon. This is my Sailor Moon sort of outfit. Anyway, last weekend we had that show here, the Saturday Night Riff at the Movies. We had one person show up. Yay! Yay! But
Takes a
but,
long
I'm-
time to build an audience.
I know, but we're gonna.
Weather gets colder, right?
Yeah.
And talent.
But I'm going to keep this going. It's going to be a weekly thing, so it's going to go whether anyone shows up or not. Last weekend we had, we were going to show, get a load of this. The movie I had lined up was The Evil Dr. Frankenstein. It's been on YouTube for 3 years. Last weekend, YouTube decided to pull it for copyright reasons.
Oh my God.
Right before it got started. But I had it back, and what we watched was this one movie. I didn't even vet it first. It was Frankenstein's Daughter, which had half the cast from the Beach Blanket Bingo, movies was in it. Beach Blanket, blah, 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 blah.
Easy for you to
But
say.
this weekend, we're going to keep this going. This weekend, we're going to be showing Terror at 40,000 Feet, which stars half the cast from the Airplane movies. Robert Stack and Sonny Bono is going to be in there, and a few other people from the movies. It's going to be funny, I promise. So if anyone's
Okay,
going to be here,
if you say so.
It was before it was on YouTube.
make the TV
Alright.
movie. Anyway, let's get on with the news. Yeah. In the news, in Alabama, a man robbed a Subway store of $15,000.
Wow.
15 grand. I didn't know that there would be that much money, and he must have robbed the safe or something. It didn't say, but he said his reason for robbing the store was he tried the Subway Jarrett diet for a whole year, and he never lost a pound. So he wanted a refund for the full amount that he claims he spent at that sandwich place. You know, that diet doesn't work if you're spending $40 a day on sandwiches. Just so you know. You're spending $40 a day on that. Yeah, that's not helping. How did he run away? That's what I want to know. Good Lord. Big man. In Arizona, a woman lost her wedding ring while handing out candy. Oh, no. Authorities are asking parents to check their children's candy, and if it's not in there, you might want to ask your kids, did you have a hard time going to the bathroom lately? You know what kids are like. They'll just nail that. Now, here's one story. You can actually look this up. This is on Yahoo News, and this is something that was not explained because something here I'm not getting. And that is in New York City, a woman was arrested for plotting to kill her daughter's ex-boyfriend by feeding him to alligators. There's no details on how she specifically planned to feed him to alligators. They just said, no, that's what she planned, and she got arrested for it. Does that mean that we're just assuming he's going to flush him down the toilet?
Hey,
They're going to flush him down the toilet, I guess, or something like that. Because everyone says there's alligators down there. Anyway, it's time for midterm elections, so anyone who didn't get a chance to vote, you just pop out, and we'll wait. For rest of you who are not voting, just stay here. This is when the cool comedy stuff gets started.
Yeah, that's great. Neighbor's garage, please.
just hip over to your neighbor's garage and quickly vote and come right
I'll
back.
get you a picture.
Yeah, I heard in Beverly Hills you can scratch it off on milk cartons if you like to.
Oh gosh,
We're just teasing you, Haley, okay?
We're teasing Haley.
I know.
If you weren't here, we had a really rough week last week, and we were not the only ones. Apparently, did anyone watch Saturday Night Live last weekend?
No.
Chris Rock was on Saturday Night Live, and apparently it got really panned terribly by critics. People hated it, and I'm really super surprised by that because I think he's funny as hell.
No. It was very raunchy. It was inappropriate.
Yeah, it wasn't raunchy. It was just, it was everything. It was like somebody sucked all the funny out of last week, right before Halloween, too. Thanks a lot for that. But they said they didn't care about his jokes about the new World Trade Center, which, of course, is called the Freedom Tower. Now, we have the brand new Freedom Tower finished just in time for a brand new group of pissed off terrorists to go after it. Honestly, I feel like
administration.
I would feel a lot better if the opening ceremonies was not sponsored by Target. Just saying.
Damn.
But what I'm really gonna hate is this is something I got to go into is I really don't like tall buildings. I've hated tall buildings my whole life. I've been up the CN Tower like a dozen times. All right, and I'm tired of it. So if I ever go to New York again, people are going to be ripping on me for not wanting to go up that tower because like, oh, you're afraid of a terrorist attack? No, I don't like being 1,000 feet up off the ground. That's what I don't like. The very first time I went to New York City with my dad, he dragged me up every single skyscraper on the whole damn island. By the time I got to the World Trade Center, I was fed up. I said, I'm not going. And my dad asked, well, since when do you not like tall buildings? Well, if I had my doubts at the Rockefeller Center, the Statue of Liberty, the Chrysler Building, the Empire State Building kind of settled the matter for me. But by the way, do you know that when you get 1,000 feet off the ground, you can actually feel the building sway in the wind? Who here's been up that high? You can actually feel that.
Empire State Building moves like a hammock.
Hell yeah. You know
You can also push your dad off and not have to go to another building.
Now, does anyone here know the Chicago, what they used to call the Sears Tower, the Chicago Tower? What's it called today? Is that the Willis Tower? But
I'm filing Chapter 11 Tower.
Yeah, the Chapter 11 Tower. It's 1,400 feet high. Now, do you know that there are condominiums that are up past the 1,200-foot mark? There are people who actually live up there on that tower.
Yeah.
And they showed a documentary. There was a billionaire who had the highest and most expensive room in the building. And when he goes to sleep on a stormy night, they showed him lying in bed, and above him, his chandelier is swinging back and forth. And to me, that is absolutely crazy. Like, if you got the most expensive room on a cruise ship, would you want to sleep up in a crow's nest on the highest mast? That's the most nuts thing I've ever heard in my life.
I wish I worked in that building. I would set off the fire alarm and watch it walk down.
You prankster.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, for me, vertigo is so bad, I got dizzy just writing these jokes. But if anyone just visits Toronto, I promise I will not get upset if you visit the CN Tower. I'm not going to make fun of you and say, oh, you're just afraid that you're going to fall through the glass skylight that's 1,200 feet off the ground. See where these kids are standing? That's 1,200 feet below them. And get a load of this. If that doesn't get you, check this out. Oh, I made it upside down.
They're standing on their heads. Okay.
They're not.
Oh, gee whiz.
They're standing on it. This is an actual ride. No, they don't. These are not performers. These are ordinary tourists where you pay like $5 to put on a harness suit. And by the way, that's not the limit as to how far you could lean out. You could lean out until you're like at least a 45-degree angle where you're looking straight down. And that where they're standing is 1,400 feet off the ground. No thanks. I'm gonna get. And I've been up that tower quite a few times, and that one you actually do feel that swaying around. Now, while I was bringing up
The
these
guy
New York,
behind you, Cat Boy's voting against that.
now while we're on the subject of landmarks, what was trending today on Twitter was lesser New York landmarks. So I'm going to give you a list of lesser New York landmarks, like this one here. It's the Statue of Hillary. Not much to look at, but it boasts the world's largest pantsuit. World's largest pantsuit.
In lavender.
Yeah. Here's my favorite, the World Trade Center. I'll go if you include the cat ears. Get it? World Trade Center. How about the Empire Strikes Back building? I'm told it's the most famous of the three. Yeah, the Empire Strikes Back building. Staten Island, it's good for a walk, really comfy on your feet. Or here's a lot of everyone's favorite, the New Times Roman Square, a lot more popular than Comic Sans Park. How about the Brooklyn Fridge?
I like typeface jokes.
Brooklyn Fridge.
The Brooklyn Fridge, it lies underneath the Brooklyn Bridge, and it's full of cement and Jimmy Hoffa. Okay. iPhone Battery Park. It's an actual thing. This is a real thing where these hipsters gather around in a park just to recharge their phones for free, and they act pretentious about Apple products. Boy, if there's anything you wish the terrorists would go after. Metrosexual Museum of Art. It's actually a Banana Republic store. Oh, here's one. Federal Grant's Tomb. Grant's Tomb. Anyone remember that? Federal Grant's Tomb. This is where they buried Hank Greenberg's gratitude when he sued the U.S. government after bailing out IAG out of trouble. Oh, here's one. Traffic Coney Island. Always criticized for being under construction. Oh, here's one. The Neapolitan Museum of Art. Chocolate will only be on display today. Villa is only there for a week, but strawberry is there all year round. Get it? No one ever eats strawberry. And the last one, this is one of those ones that make you think. Broadway. Why was it called that if it was only ever 4 lanes wide? Does anyone know? Anyway, and that's all we have for this week.
That's where the
All the
broads
other
hang
roads
out.
were only single lane.
Bring on stick figure.
Yeah.
Stick figure, man.
That's all for tonight, everybody. It's for me. Yeah.
Oh, bravo. Thank you so much. That was great. Boy, we have fun here, don't we, every night? It's unbelievable.
Yes,
Unbelievable. Yeah. By the way, just so you know, I mean, you have to think about this. From Anastasia Steele. Do you all know who she is?
Yes.
Anastasia Steele?
50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, I just heard that this was a quote from her. Some mornings it's just not worth chewing through the leather straps.
Love it.
That's terrible.
Lauren, where's Subliminal? Subliminal hasn't been here in weeks.
I know.
Bird
So
Death
I'll have to
is
find
here.
out. Yeah. So, do you think that things are improving if cannibals begin to eat with knives and forks?
Brains.
Yeah.
That's a healthy
Anyhow.
start.
There really is a museum of the homeless, by the way. And here's the mission statement. It's in New York. Where else would it be, right?
Yeah.
The Homeless Museum of Art is an art project created by New York-based artist Philip Nostradamus. No, Notre Dame.
Notre Dame?
Whatever. No, Notre Dame.
Okay.
Since its inception in 2002, it has not had a place to exhibit its art. No, I'm joking. It has turned into a rental apartment. It's a rental apartment in Brooklyn.
It's probably a tenement.
Oh, God, yeah. Isn't that
You'd be
something? A homeless
surprised.
museum of art. I like that. That's it. Yep.
Amy
Up and how-
Alcott is in the house.
That's great. She's going to be performing in 15 minutes And
All
in the
right,
house, oh my God, the entire map is red. It's unbelievable.
Yep.
That's it.
No.
That's it. Yep. That's it. Oh, look.
Oh God, really?
Yeah, if you look, you
Well,
can
they
see the
knew
bushes
it. They
moving.
knew it. They knew it.
Yeah, that's the way it goes, you know.
It
It's
really
going to
is
be a
all
fun
red.
time.
Stupid
Yeah, it's
people
all red.
vote.
Yeah. Only Pennsylvania has gone blue. And New York is undecided. Okay.
What color is red for? Is that Democrat?
Red
or
is
Republican?
Republicans.
That's Republican.
Yeah. You would have thought red would be for the Democrats, don't you? And blue for the Republicans, but it's not. It's just to
Yeah.
confuse us.
It
Yeah, the
should
whole
be
thing
red
is-
because they're bleeding tonight, man.
Red
You
means
know,
trouble.
I have to tell you, that sad part about Republicans are they live too long.
Look at Cheney. Cheney's cranking with a new heart.
Yeah, what is the new heart? This is seventh or eighth heart by now already.
And nobody thought he even had one.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you know what I don't get here in Second Life? Do you ever go up there and look like at groups? And remember when we wanted more groups, we wanted like 25. We need more than 25. How many really have used up all the groups they gave you? Anybody?
42,
No.
all of them. Me.
Oh, yeah.
Me.
Oh, yeah.
42, all used.
I like the very top group says none, and you can activate it if you want. Take a look. You can join
Yeah,
none.
that's right.
Does that user group slot that none? Do you think so?
No, it's just if you don't want to display
I'll
on top
try
of
it.
you.
Yeah, but you
I
can
just got
actually
the
turn
store
off
on
your
life.
display without choosing none. So why would
Yeah.
they do that?
I'm choosing none.
I
Let's see
belong
what
to a group of
happens.
nuns.
Activate. Okay, I just
Too much
activated
info.
none. Let's see what
I make
happens.
a habit out of it.
Did you do it? What happened?
What happened? Look over my head and see if anything
Yeah,
happens.
baby.
It just doesn't
Let's see what it
display the
says.
tag.
No,
Nothing
none means
over-
you
it
lose
says
the
nothing.
title
It
over your
means
head.
None. It just says.
Yeah.
none.
Oh, look.
It says Haley.
It says you can vote in a garage.
Nice.
Your neighbor's garage. Don't forget that.
Uh-oh.
part. Has
What's
to-
happening
Yep.
here?
By the way, this just came in.
What?
Yeah, here's the score on life: 6-4, 5 against.
Uh,
Oh.
Oh yeah. Well, we're having fun with this. It's a big vote night. I really like this guy behind me. I thought the stage is good too. Did any of you look at the stage?
Oh,
That's
let's
street art. Vote. That's a vote for the street art. Now,
Very
I
cool.
thought that was Barack Obama.
yeah. Yeah. You know, in Georgia, it's
Oh, that's
interesting.
pretty.
If you vote, they give you a little thing to wear, and it says, "Don't shoot me." I like that you laughed there, Haley. That's good. So let's see. So that's it. That's what's going on in the election. And we're going to bring up Femi Alcott is coming up. And you guys all love her. And I want to look around. Babalo, you're sitting over there tonight. You're in a
Babalu.
different place. Babalo. That guy. How are you, that guy? That's nice to see you here. It's so nice. Look at everybody around the room. Before anything, just look around the room and look at all the people that show up here on Tuesdays. These are the people that could be your congressmen and congressmen. But instead, they decided to join Second Life. Could you imagine? I mean, seriously.
Dressed we are. We're all
Absolutely.
very well dressed.
I wish we could all go out in First Life like this. This would really scare those freaking people running for office.
especially me.
Yeah. But you think about it. I mean, you know, seriously, running for office. I mean, would any of us do that? Can you imagine? I just can't even imagine. They say, well, we have a few things that we see in your past that you've done. Oh, is that all you got? Let me tell you about some of the other shit you didn't find yet.
Ooh.
You don't know shit.
You want full disclosure? Sit down, buddy.
We got a while.
Hey, give it a break, huh?
How much
Are you
free time do
kidding?
you have?
Let me explain when I was in Second Life to the general public and see if they'll elect me. Yeah, right.
That was the bunny outfit, or the Playboy bunny outfit that you had on. Yes.
Yeah, but don't think anything about that. It's all fine and good. Absolutely. So anyhow,
They
Yeah.
voted Mayor Kochin in a Playboy bunny outfit, didn't they?
so everybody have a good time tonight. We do a show with nothing. We have nothing. We got
That's
10 more
right.
minutes of nothing, okay? And we're going to come up with 10 more minutes of nothing. And if you just be quiet, we'll figure it out, okay? So, by the way, I want you all to know, very few of you are aware of the repercussions about Ebola. You're all worried about dying, right, or getting Ebola. But what you don't realize is the countries that Ebola is affecting are where chocolate comes from.
Oh no.
Oh
Did you
no.
know that?
Now that's serious.
This is
thought
serious.
that
And
was
that means the
from the
price of
Amazon
chocolate is going to go up big
rainforest.
time. What?
I thought chocolate was from the Amazon rainforest.
Yeah, right. And voting is in a garage. It's okay. Hey.
It was.
But it was from Pennsylvania.
In the Beverly Hills garage, which means it's spacious.
No, that's terrible chocolate in Pennsylvania. That's Hershey bars. Oh,
They gotta get the cocoa from someplace.
You give California a good name.
watch out! I'm going to stand up and give you my green Ebola. You're going to be in trouble.
Ebola chicken soup. Anyhow. Yeah, whatever
I'm
happened?
wondering-
Now Ebola's gone. Now we have something else to worry about. I'm not even sure what we're supposed to worry about. Does anybody know what the next thing to worry about? I'd like to get in front of the curve
Yes,
this time,
you
you know?
can't shop
Yeah.
at IKEA now.
The
Oh.
Freedom Tower.
Is that right? Not at IKEA? Why?
Well, because what they decided to do with the to recognize the Palestinian government.
Oh, they recognize the Palestinian government? Well, they're the ones who've been buying all their furniture anyhow, so come on.
The
They
only
got
thing is
nothing
that
to do but spend the day putting together a shelf.
One of those tiny little screwdrivers they send you.
Apple's coming out with something called Ebola.
Yeah.
I like
They
that.
took the great big iPhone out of Russia. They had it at some big museum in front of some big museum at a landmark. And as soon as the guy announced that he was gay, they moved the big iPhone. Like the big iPhone.
What, Tom
statue.
Cook? Because
Yeah.
Tom Cook had been... No, but the
Yeah,
best joke...
I
You know what
saw
the
that
best
They
joke
said,
was?
That
they
was
said he's
true.
not a 6+, he's just a regular 5S.
The best joke was Steve Colbert. Steve Colbert said that Tom Cook just announced he's gay, which means that the CEO of Microsoft will announce that in about 2 years.
Yeah, well, you got to think about it. These guys came up, right, with this company. They're sitting around, and they're all young men. They're all want to get the girls and everything. And they come up, and they name their company Microsoft. Hey, what do you do? Oh, I'm with a
Yeah,
company
that'll
called
really get the
Microsoft.
ladies.
Oh, yeah, right, okay.
I'm little and I'm mushy.
Yeah. Come on, let's get Femi. Is Femi in the house? We'll let her get up here and get set up, okay?
She is
I always
here,
like to
man.
all right, let her get set up here. We're doing just fine tonight. Yep. Oh, we're gonna have fun tomorrow in Washington D.C. How to watch the election night? No, I'd rather not. Okay.
What do you think
So-
the first thing they're going to do? Try to repeal Obamacare?
No. The first thing they're gonna do is
Repeal the
try to
estate
get rid of their
tax.
boyfriends.
Yeah, when I came home tonight, the Washington Monument was at half staff. It's a sad day in Washington right
Oh.
Oh dear.
The Washington Monument was at terrible. Oh, it looks like the Western forces lost, and ISIS is taking. They're winning. Isn't that something? Those guys really mean it.
This show brought to you by every crooked politician you've ever met.
Yeah.
It's just every politician I've
That would
ever
be
met.
all of them, then. Yeah, that would be
Yes.
all of them.
I would like to meet one of the politicians and go, hey, listen, the other guy lied better than you. Can you lie a little better? Because I'd like to vote for you. Tell me a lie, please. You're not Pinocchio, are you? Jesus Christ. All right. Yep. Yeah, I'll tell you, it's fun. Life is really hysterical. We're going to have a lot of fun in the United States now, because now we're going to find out what the Christian right is all about.
Yep. Oh wait,
Not
Kansas isn't green anymore. Kansas
what color did it go?
It's
What color did it
trending,
go?
It's trending Republican.
It's trending Republican.
Oh.
That's a shock.
Mhm.
This This is really.
It's really
scary.
shocking. New York is going red too.
No.
Oh, well.
Time to reevaluate moving to France.
And they've had the
Kansas is-
results up for 3 days.
Uh-huh.
If it wasn't so
Kansas
cold
has
in
been
Canada,
Republican so long they don't have another color.
That's why their slippers were ruby red.
That's right. Yeah, they could have been. It would have been blue if. Yeah, right.
But they had the Emerald City.
So that's it for the show tonight. We're just about done. We got Femi coming up here, and all of you guys, you make Tuesday nights into the best fun ever. I really appreciate you all being here.
you make
No.
Tuesday nights into the best fun.
Oh, look at this. It's a vote for the Republicans on Flight 370. The plane just turned up red on the on the satellite imaging. Oh, God, I can't believe it. It's unbelievable. That's the fun of it all.